All right, Shane Gillis, he hosted SNL over the weekend.
Which is ironic considering he got fired by SNL.
Yeah, his monologue was something.
It was great.
If you know who Shane Gillis is,
he made it as awkward as humanly possible.
You thought it was phenomenal.
Yes.
Many people did not.
I could not stop laughing.
I am not I think people lose kind of the context on how he throws some words around.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm not a fan of his use of the R word.
Sure.
I do not like that. But he's talking about his family members, which he has great relationships with. But I mean, that still just rubs people the wrong way.
Sure.
I'm not a person that gets upset at comedians because they're comedians. But I know a lot of people were really upset. There were some sketches, though, where it was like SNL needed a guy like Shane Gillis who understands. He had in his monologue that wasn't offending everybody. He was talking about how he missed his opportunity as a high school football coach, which, I mean, it was money.
Which, if you've seen Shane Gillis, he is what you think a high school football coach looks like.
Absolutely. But they had a sketch that I'm assuming is all him, and it checked every single box. They were doing a sketch that was spoofing all of the online betting apparatuses that we have now. And it's called Rock Bottom Kings. And when you hear this, like, you will find that they pulled every common thread in all of the commercials that we see on TV. You pick the online betting or the betting app of choice. You could pick any of them. And I noticed that they're going down the roads of beer commercials and pizza commercials where all of them are exactly the same because they knocked it out of the park. And I think we all can relate to this.
The thrill of victory.
The satisfaction of placing a bet and watching it hit big.
The exhilaration of an upset only you saw coming.
With betting apps right on your phone, it's easier than ever to turn your passion for sports into cold, hard cash.
And with so many games to bet on, you almost can't lose.
But there's a dark side as well.
We all know a friend who struggles with online gambling.
A friend who's on the verge of losing everything. His house, his family, his entire life.
And now you can bet on exactly how he'll lose it all.
With Rock Bottom Kings.
It's the only app that lets you take prop bets about how your degenerate gambler friend is finally going to hit rock bottom.
Will it be goes double or nothing on a random WNBA game?
Or bets his child's college fund on the coin toss.
And when your friend is desperate for cash, you can bet on what his lowest moments will be. Will he take out a life insurance policy on his own mother? Will he set up a fake GoFundMe that says he has leukemia? And what will he sell first? His PS5 or his kidney?
And you can build a parlay about everything that could happen to him. Divorce, marries rich old widow, arrested for elder fraud, and fakes his own death, but is immediately caught when he uses an app to gamble.
With Rock Bottom Kings, you'll feel like you're in the game. The game of your friend versus his horrible demons.
But again, addiction is a real problem.
And we take it very seriously.
That's why all these gambling ads are full of cash, gold, fireworks, and flames exploding everywhere.
Because you're not a loser. Your friend is.
They say the house always wins. Well, now you're the house, and your friend is probably gonna lose his.
Does it seem a little cruel to bet on your friend's devastating addiction? Sure, but it's also hilarious.
So however your friend bottoms out, make sure you cash out at Rock Bottom Kings.
Download Rock Bottom Kings today, because gambling is serious. Seriously awesome.
Rock Bottom Kings. He's the one with the problem.
Oh, that's fantastic. Every last bit about that is fantastic.
They pull every single one of the threads of the
gambling commercial,
and you notice that they all use the same music under all of them.
Yes,
they had like fireworks and like a lot of fog machines were being used in production. And I'm sitting there going, "This looks like it. Like you don't just pick one; it's every single one of them."
Look, they've all been focus grouped to death. They know what they're selling.
And then
Have you been to Las Vegas?
They go from hey, look how fun it is to hey, it's very serious.
Yes.
This is very serious. Bet responsibly. But hey, you can bet on how he's gonna lose his house.
It's the way every gambling commercial ends. If you have a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLING-PROBLEM. And it's like, what are we doing here? And the funny thing about that is the call the 1-800 number is always call 1-800. It's sped up 1,000% because of how it's got to fit in the commercial.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. There were a few friends that I sent this to, and I was like, "Hey, bud, Like,
I'm getting odds on you.
let's maybe you need to tone it down a little bit and take a little advice here. You know, you could be the guy that everybody's talking about, because I think if we all know somebody that you have to have those serious talks with, and you're like, God, pump the brakes, bud. Let's not go too far on your 20-leg parlay on NFL's super duper wild card weekend.
Yeah, no, that's not gonna go their way. That's a little tough.
But that's the fastball that I think SNL has been missing, is that they leaned way into the political side of it, where that's what made SNL great, was they would take all of our pop culture references that we had and they just crank them up to 11, right?
Yes,
and
that's the whole point.
Everything is just, hey, seriously, think about how stupid it is, some of the things that we're doing here. And this was it. This is what kind of we've been missing from SNL, and which has not been getting rave reviews as of late.
No, it's been years. They have a show here or there where they have a guest who carries it. You know, God, 5 years ago, Chance the Rapper was on there, and his entire show was great. Peyton Manning is always great, but as overall writers, they've been lacking. Weekend Update is really the only thing that they crush anymore.
I think that you're starting to see, especially with like a guy like Gillis coming back. I think Lorne Michaels is seeing that edge is going to be needed.
Yeah, that's the whole point.
It needs to come back after they went too far.
Overcorrected with
overcorrecting.
Let's have the kind comedy. It's like, no, it's not what we want.
And it's not a lot of what it was previously
No,
either.
Saturday Night Live always was problematic.
Yeah. Schlitz gay, anybody? Or Schmitz gay? Schmitz gay.
Schmitz gay.
Schmitz gay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that was
Sweaty balls?
Super colon blow.
Exactly.
Buzz Brothers?
Exactly. Just
He's buzzing off again.
Yeah, the ambiguously gay duo.
Yeah, like
Ace and Gary. I mean, that was
Hans and Franz shooting roids. Like,
yeah. I mean,
Listen to me now, believe me later.
remember sometime soon.
like that was like the whole point of Saturday Night Live was to be on the edge and to like
The church lady.
yes.
I missed that.
I think they're trying to harness it back in.
Also,
Shane Gillis
by
on
being
the,
funny.
In Shane Gillis in the monologue, though, it was like all right, we've been overcorrecting one way. We're going to skid right into the side of the mountain, because if you don't know his style, that was very, in like this texture says, it was painful, the monologue. Yeah, that's how he
great.
operates.
Yes.
And his whole thing is making people feel uncomfortable.
Uncomfortable as hell.
Like his mother and father who were
In the
attendance.
audience.
It was great.
Yeah.
It was great in that regard. There's some things, like with every comic you take, and some he can just have right back, but that's his line.
No.
That's his line. And I thought it was finally, there was an SNL. It was good. It was a good watch.
Yeah.
It was a great watch.